guys. I got something here that's going to make me feel like a kid, I hope. Let me see if I can get this open for us here. Where's the camera at? Yeah, we can see it. It's not for my machines, it's for me. Oh, well, the guide's kind of messed up, but yeah, at least they have some type of guide. Yeah, it looks like a sprocket. We might want to take a look at this before we actually pull it out. Let me get you over here. Yep. It's a little 80cc bicycle engine. Yeah, I'm going to be a kid again. Yeah, it looks like it's a gas cap, gas tank. I'm going to put this on that little Schwinn chopper, that Orange County chopper that I got from Sharon. It's going to be nice. And here's all the other parts for it in here. It's supposed to be a complete kit. Let me get it out of here so we can see what we got. I'll be right back. Here's the bike. Yeah, I know I might be getting too old for this kind of thing. I'll be 60 in about 2 weeks here. But, you know, this bike was sitting out there in the barn covered with a fine coat of rust on it. I got the rust off to where it is now. You can still see somewhere down here. Yeah, you can still see I didn't take any off the seat post. Everything was covered with rust like that. So we're going to take this motor and we're going to put it up as it falls over, and we're going to put it in this frame, hopefully. Well, first order of business here was to fit this to the hub. Well, I know it's not going to be a bolt-on fit. I'm not complaining, but I'm just letting you know what has to be done here. It's got these screws and they have to go through here, but it's interfering right here on the hub, and I'm not going to put a notch in each little piece of the hub right here and lose integrity there. What I'm going to do, since I do have a little bit of room to play with, well, I guess I don't. Oh, here we go. I have a little bit of room to play with because this thing here is going to go on the inside to cushion it. So there's a little bit of slop in here, and the holes seem to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do, since I've got enough room, and this is rubber, it's kind of like a rag joint, it's got fiber inside of it, I'm going to go ahead and elongate these 1/8 of an inch, each one of them all the way around, so that way I can get the screws into each one of these little slots here without damaging this hub. And then I'll go ahead and bolt this on, and I'm going to do this over here on the mill. I've got 2 bolts in here already, and I'm going to bolt this down, and I'm going to do one at a time. And I'm going to come out here, and then I'm just going to rotate it and do the next one and the next until I go all the way around. So here's what we got with the holes in it. I don't think this has to be too much rocket science either. Okay, there's the bumper that goes on the inside, and here's the bumper that goes on the outside. Well, I'm going to do this here without having to something to hold these on. So I've got to slit this thing. I got to think about this for a minute. Well, it's the next day. On the Schwinn, since I've got that fat back tire, I've got to find a way to mount this so I can slide it way over so the chain's going to miss the edge of the tire. It'll fit on my mountain bike without any modifications, and I could actually just bolt it to the frame, so I went out there and sized it up. So what I want to do is I want to make a couple new mounting blocks, one for the back, one for the front, and I want to put it on a piece of plate, and I'm going to make it so where it goes on this piece of plate. This will bolt to the bicycle frame. I'll put a couple holes in it here. Of course, we're going to shorten it up and trim it down and make it look good. And then this is where that would normally mount on the frame, and since I have to come all the way out to here, I can just offset the motor as far as I need to, and then the chain will line up. Okay, and yet another change. I was going to use this and turn it down till I got the close diameter and just make a piece out of this, but I can do this on the back and cut it flat on it like I was saying, or I can just turn this down, use all the mounting hardware. I didn't want it to look hokey, and that way I can get the right diameter, bolt all these in the position that they're supposed to, and cut this at the proper angle here and in the back. Decisions. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a mini bicycle frame right here with just 2 studs coming up, you know, and bolt this to it how it would bolt to the bicycle frame, and then I can make an adjustment here so I can go back and forth on it, so I can put a couple slots in it, put a couple bolts from underneath. I think it'll work just fine. It looks like we're going to be taking a lot of material off of this, and I don't have any smaller pieces, so I'm just going to do the whole thing and cut it up however I need it. I think I'm going to get the auto feed going here. Well, I'm getting close. Turned quite a bit off of there. $12.50 is what I'm, a 1.25 is inch and quarters, what I'm looking for, so we're almost there. not bad. It's only going to serve as a bicycle frame mount. 12.83, I mean 1.283, sorry. Let's get it done. Now I'm just going to leave this a hair large. There's just a little tiny, there we go. Actually, when that's bolted down on there, that's going to be nice and tight. A lot better than the same size diameter as the interior of the radius there, so I think I'm going to stay with this size here. I'm going to go ahead and just divide it in half, I think. Oh my gosh, did I do enough? Well, it's another day. Yeah, I got stuff hanging all over the place. Yeah, I got all that off of that piece that I turned down. I flipped it around and I took down the other end on it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half, and we'll take it over, put it on the motor with the clamps, and see how much we got to work with. There we go. Well, you could probably see where I'm going with this. So here's where the frame mounts were supposed to be. I've got a little bit of adjustability here. I'm not going to use this whole plate. This is just to give you a little perspective of where I'm at here. So I want to get a couple flats on these. I'll get the right angle going here, and see how much damage I can do to this. And then what I want to do is I want to put a slot here and a slot here, so I have just a little bit of it. There we go, I got you in the frame. So I have just a little bit of adjustment up and back to tighten this chain, besides using the tensioner that's going to bolt to the frame. Let me go ahead and get my little degree tool out and see what angle we're going to have to put these on the mill and trim them off at, and then we'll drill them and tap them, put those elongated holes in the bottom, and we'll be good to go on this part. Then we'll just have to put a couple slots and holes in the frame and mount it in the frame. Well, you know, I don't have an angle tool that I could get in here. It's just too big. I don't have any fish or anything I can set the angle with, so this is what I got. And I'm just going to kind of make a couple passes across there, and yeah, I know, see what the heck we got. We're going to use an appropriate size cutter. This is a Niagara 4-flute. We're going to put this in here. was pretty uneventful. Right on the money. Yep, right on that line. So I'm going to take this one out of here. The other one's at a different angle. I'll go ahead and bring it up and set it in here in the same way, and we'll go ahead and get started on that one. Yeah, not too bad. So here's what I have. This is how it's going to mount. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a couple slots, one here and one here, because I'm going to drill and tap, and then I'll countersink on the bottom, and that's how I'm going to attach it. But I still want to have slots so I can adjust it back and forth just a little bit if I need to, maybe 1.5 inches total, 2 inches total. So, and this is going to sit over in this area, and this area over here is going to bolt to the bicycle, and I'm going to have 3 elongated slots on this side, 1, 2, 3, equally spaced. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's the only way I have to mount that on that little Schwinn Stingray frame. So yeah, the 6-year-old in me is calling. I can't help it. I want to be a kid again. Doggone it. This just might get me there mentally. Well, nah, too late. I'm already there.